Hi everyone, this is Molonel for MobiGG, and today we're back with a selection of games released in May to keep you entertained in June. I've picked out some licensed games as well as indie gems you shouldn't miss. But of course, there are plenty of other games to discover on MobiGG. Get comfortable, like the video to support us, and if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next ones. We're kicking off this month's top picks with Dynasty, which is definitely making its entrance onto the international stage. In the spotlight and officially licensed by the NBPA, the game powered by Tencent positions itself as the successor to the usual mobile basketball games. Featuring a lineup of legendary pro players and dynamic matches, each of your in-game players has unique stats that define their strengths and weaknesses in specific situations, such as dunks, three-point shots, or fast break scenarios. Matches are played to 11 points and remain fairly traditional for those familiar with games like NBA Infinite or other mobile basketball games, but with a more appealing art style. On the bench, you're not limited by your initial stats, since you can train your athletes at the gym to give those champion muscles a little boost. And don't forget to customize your outfits to build your own unforgettable basketball team in Dynasty, available now on Android and iOS as a free-to-play game worldwide. Next up, the headliner Crystal of Atlan secures a spot in our list of the best mobile games of the month with its release on mobile, PC and PlayStation. Set in a universe described as magic punka, kind of steampunk, infused with magic and fantasy, discover a dynamic RPG offering around 10 classes to try out for your solo and cooperative multiplayer battles. The game relies on aerial combat mechanics to give you remarkable freedom of movement in both PvE and PvP, with matches of up to 3 vs 3. The world of Atlan seems rich enough to keep you engaged for a long time, and all without an autoplay mode. As you progress through ruins, shadowy paths, and forests, learn to master the powers of Shi against a backdrop of cinematic animated graphics. Collect unique characters and explore the world and story of Crystal of Atlan for free, with a business model that's quite player-friendly for now. As an MMO, the game naturally encourages you to take part in social activities and join a guild to make virtual adventure companions. You can venture together into the depths of dungeons and take down bosses by relying on your synergies and unique mechanics. Try out Crystal of Atlan on Android and iOS right now. Let's move on with What the Clash, released this month. From the award-winning What the Game series, this chaotic party game strings together improbable combos and keeps surprising you from start to finish. We thank the Triben Studio, which lets us play ping-pong in giraffe mode or change up the situation to something even sillier in a split second thanks to the modifications. What the Clash features easy and intuitive touch controls for its minigames, making activities like archery, car racing or virtual tag accessible to everyone. As its name clearly suggests, What the Clash is all about pitting you one-on-one against your opponents in battles where nothing ever goes as planned. Visually, it's a burst of cartoon colors reminiscent of minimalist yet effective games like Heave-Ho. This perfectly matches the gameplay, which is all over the place. You might be flying planes in aerial races or skateboarding on endless ramps while dodging carts in the subway skater mode. In fact, matches are made up of several rounds, and in each round, you and your opponent each play a card on the table. Then both cards are combined to create a unique game mode. So get ready for ping pong with fish and other crazy stuff. As you play more matches, unlock customization items and personalize your challenger a weird looking hand with strange eyes or trinkets. What the Clash has just been released on Apple Arcade, and it works really well for short sessions, so we can't get enough of it. The Apple Arcade subscription is still €7 per month for iOS players who are interested. Overall, the games are very casual, so you have to enjoy a chill vibe and titles designed for a family audience. Now, without further ado, we dive into the tactical and long-awaited world of Mutants Genesis. This free-to-play online card game weaves together strategy, storytelling and co-op action mechanics into a single, seriously effective mix. In-game, you play as Psychog, a being whose powers are limited to controlling the far more powerful mutants that inhabit the futuristic world of Mutants Genesis. With more than 200 cards divided among 6 unique genes, you build custom decks to face off against other players in ranked PvP or take on a variety of enemies in PvE. And you won't be able to do everything alone, since you'll need to rely on 2 allies to take down the game's massive bosses. In solo play, Mutants focuses on a story mode that lets you experience a full campaign and unlock plenty of content to expand your card collection. Since the game has been around for quite a while, but we were waiting for its official release to properly recommend it, we do know that it doesn't skimp on regular updates to roll out new cards, mods, and patches, just to keep things interesting even when it comes to bugs. Mutants Genesis has been making waves since May 2023, so it was about time it officially landed on the Android and iOS stores. After an adorable Kickstarter, Sunset Hills has stretched its little paws onto the App Store and Google Play Store. The port wasn't even reached in the stretch goals, but the game powered by Cotton Game didn't give up and still got its own mobile version. Are you looking for an experience with the keywords cute and moving, set in a beautifully colored Victorian setting that recalls the atmosphere of Violet Evergarden? Well, look no further, Sunset Hills is reaching out to you with a world populated by puppies in a post-war universe. In this little adventure and puzzle game, you play as the small dog Nico, who returns from the war and becomes a writer 7 years later. With a notebook and a copy of your book tucked under your arm, you set off on a journey to find your former companions in misfortune. Traveling from city to city and station to station, you retrace the thread of your friendships and try to hold back a tear from time to time. You'll be treated to plenty of shared memories and an explanation of your journey of self-discovery, all while enjoying simplified controls and text. That's big enough on the screen for all the bespectacled folks like me to read comfortably without losing immersion. The world is truly beautiful and full of little puzzles. But at the heart of your journey, it's really about wonderful encounters, mysteries to solve, crimes, and Victorian scenes enhanced by a truly meticulous artistic direction. Available on Android and iOS for just under €9, Sunset Hills is definitely worth checking out if you're looking for an enchanting tale that will keep your eyes glued to the screen for a few hours while taking you on a journey. I'm taking a short break in this mobile games ranking to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content. Many of you watch our videos every week without following us, and your support means a lot to us. So remember to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks in advance to everyone who does, and now let's move on to the next game in this ranking. Embark for the Wall of Ice with Game of Thrones Kingsroad. For the month of May, Netmarble's RPG is coming out of early access. On the menu, it's an action and adventure RPG that follows the lines of the hit story, where the continent of Westeros comes to life with remarkable details and an unprecedented scale. You are now the illegitimate heir of House Tyr of the North, and you set out on a quest for glory to restore your family's honor after the tragic loss of your brothers. Rediscover the iconic regions of the Seven Kingdoms, from King's Landing to Castle Black, passing through remote villages and dangerous wildlands. Political alliances and betrayals will lead you either to glory or to ruin, and sometimes all it takes is winning the favor of the great houses or supporting the Night's Watch against the White Walkers to tip the balance of the game. As for characters, you choose your path from among 3 classes: Knight, Mercenary or Assassin, and learn to master the strategic combat system based on timing and reflexes for your parries, dodges and skills. Whether solo or with other lords, face fierce beasts and mythical creatures to earn ever more rewards and legendary equipment. Whether you're a strategist at heart, a formidable fighter, or a player passionate about the world of Westeros, Kingsroad gives you the opportunity to forge your legacy in a free-to-play experience on Android, iOS and PC. Clearly, this really is the week of dogs, not cats. After Sunset Hills, these adorable furballs are lacing up their cleats to go all out on the field in Pub Chance. Recently released on Android and iOS, the title has all the hallmarks of a minimalist puzzle classic. Its more than 170 levels are handcrafted, not procedurally generated, to preserve all the richness of the level design, and you can really feel the influence of the creators of Railbound in the puzzle-solving approach. In fact, each level is a little puzzle to solve. As the team's coach, you plan their actions, passes, and movements to help them score without running into obstacles or making regrettable mistakes. The levels are divided into chapters, each with its own challenges, featuring rules and constraints varied enough to really make you think. And as for the story, well, the team of little dogs is pretty hopeless, so you follow their journey as they help each other to become champions. Pub Chance stands out without going offside and offers you the first 30 puzzles from its collection to try for free before asking for €5 to unlock the full game. With the success of games like Nikke, we know very well that there are always others lurking in the shadows waiting for their moment, with their chests covered by 10% and their body animation physics cranked up to 200%. And Apex Girls is one of those titles sending you to play as a squad of mecha women in a world ravaged by machines. Your elite squad is just waiting for you to lead Stellaris as soon as the game launches and take command of humanity's last stronghold. The distinctly animated atmosphere really has that over-the-top end-of-the-world sexy vibe as usual, and the launch rewards are definitely worth it if this is the kind of game you like to dive into. As you progress AFK, unlock new options and characters in gacha mode. Customize your Stellaris and lead them into battle in automatic fights, choosing from over 70 mecha girls that are sure to appeal to fans of franchises like Witch from Mercury. In-game, there are waifus for every kind of enthusiast, but I won't be checking them out myself. Between battles, you can dive into mini-games, which are often retro pixel art modes and guild activities. Well, for those who are interested, Apex Girls is available for free on Android and iOS. Immersed in ATHENA Blood Twins, a dark fantasy MMO where reality is just a heap of lies and torment. Sounds perfect for Friday night, absolutely. After a long week, just give me my fix of apocalypse in an era where plague can wipe out everything. Once you enter the game, you embody both order and chaos, carried by twin goddesses, and you're already a hero before you've even proven yourself. The medieval fantasy world around you is filled with as many rewards as deadly challenges, with titans, demons and sanctuaries forgotten by all. In the character creation menu, you can choose between classic warriors, mages, archers or priestesses and progress toward more advanced classes that offer you more dynamic combat, combos and unique costumes. Explore the world in PvE by fighting everything that moves, and in PvP by settling scores with others who think they're heroes. Boss fights include guild activities, inter-server wars and fast-paced battles lasting under 3 minutes, enough to taste victory and jump into another match in Athena. The drops are quite generous, and it's nice to be able to switch easily between portrait and landscape mode depending on the situation, so you can farm comfortably whether you're on the go or at home. Athena Blood Twins works perfectly in its current form, and MMO fans looking for new horizons can share their opinions with us on the Moby GG Discord. After all, it's free. Are you also part of the Acute Collectors team? If so, you'll feel right at home with a collection idol backed by a major franchise like Summoner's War Rush, which was released recently. The idea is to defend your patch of land with increasingly powerful monsters. Through your actions, but especially as time goes by, since it's an idle game, you'll collect legendary monsters, login rewards to maximize the gacha system, and above all, your power level. Easy for the lazy thanks to offline progression, and still quite satisfying because we're talking about the best of gacha games, with monsters we've loved for over 10 years. Use your minions and your skills to defeat enemies by combining all your assets intelligently. Obviously, Summoner's War Rush offers free PvE and PvP, with 10 vs 10 and even 25 vs 25 battles for a bit more excitement. All that's left is for you to set out to conquer the fantastic world of Summoner's War and its control points, and start looting like crazy on Android and iOS. And there you have it! That's already the end of this roundup of the best mobile games for the month of June. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, if you did, don't forget to like, comment and share the video, and of course to subscribe to the channel. See you!